Well, good morning and welcome to CityLine. It is great to be in your home this Thursday morning. We are live. It's June 6th and it's beautiful out there. We have a great hour ahead of us. Later on in the hour, we'll be talking with Tacoma Public Library about their summer read program. As school is ending and it's just around the corner, you parents and you readers out there want to know what you can get your hands on, so you want to stay tuned for that. We'll also be talking with two of my favorite people. One is the founder of the Tacoma Peace Laureate, and one is the recipient of this year's award. I'm not going to give it away, so you want to stay tuned for that. And then Tacoma Little Theater is back. I love Tacoma Little Theater. They're here to talk about Hay Fever, which is one of their productions right now. You don't want to miss that. And then I have two wonderful gentlemen who we're going to speak with in just a moment, who are here to talk about the City of Destiny Awards. And if that wasn't enough, we have a very special bonus for you this morning. I have one of my dear friends and a wonderful reporter, Miss Phaedra Rediford. She is down at Tacoma Farmers Market, and she will be bringing us all that is live and fit to talk about regarding our fabulous farmers market during our commercial breaks. Good morning, Miss Phaedra.
Good morning, Amanda. I am down here on Broadway in the heart of Tacoma, just next door to the Pantages Theater. As you can see, the farmers market is currently setting up behind me. I'm going to have a few special guests joining me throughout the hour, so be sure to come back so I can bring some more exciting information to all of you about the Tacoma Farmers Market. We'll see you in just a little bit.
Oh, Phaedra, thank you so much. And make sure you get some flowers for me, okay? All right, so I want to introduce to you the two individuals that I spoke about that are here to talk about the City of Destiny Awards. With me is Brendan Nelson. Welcome back, Brendan.
Thank you.
You are the chair of the City Events and Recognition Committee. You've got some strong shoulders there.
I'm the co-chair.
You're the co-chair.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to make a note of that, co-chair. Not an easy job, but boy, certainly a fulfilling one. You brought with you this gentleman who is new to CityLine, Mr. Chris Miller. Welcome.
Hi.
You are a committee member of the City Events and Recognition Committee, and it's great to have you on the show. Okay, a little bit of sock cam here. Put that foot up.
Oh,
hold it up.
There
we go. Okay, hold still. Right there. Excellent socks for your first time on.
Oh, thank you.
You get major brownie points for that, okay? Because you didn't even know about our sock cam.
Just an everyday thing.
Well, there we go. Okay, so Brendan, first off, let's talk about the City Events and Recognition Committee for somebody who is just tuning in for the first time or has never heard of this committee. What is it and what does it do?
So our committee is an advisory committee that is appointed by the City Council. We have volunteers from across Tacoma, just representing districts, and also at-large members who are just representing the broader neighborhood. And we are tasked we are tasked to just accomplish this event, the COD Awards, as we call them, and then also the MLK event. So those are our two major events that we really spend the majority of our time on. So these are all volunteers who are eager and ready to serve, and really wanting to honor and to recognize folks who aren't typically recognized, and really lift up those leaders who are in our communities. I just think it's great that the city has this type of group that comes together to be able to do this. I mean, there's so many people doing great work throughout the community. So being able to recognize those folks throughout the year is great. And then also being able to honor the life and the legacy of Dr. King as well is huge for us. I mean, we have one of the largest celebrations. So
we love our Dr. King celebration here in Tacoma. So it's, boy, what a great position both of you have to sit on that committee and to see just the spiritual philanthropy that passes in front of you. On those applications. So Chris, give us an idea of some of the categories that are included in these awards, and also, how is the selection process? How does it work?
We're really excited this year. We have 13 award recipients, and The categories, it's a broad array, ranging from, lifetime service to, youth leaders to, really just different parts that possibly, aren't typically highlighted in the community, like homelessness and volunteers that, are working in economically impoverished areas that are kind of behind the scenes for the most part. The selection process works just like Brendan here highlighted. We have volunteers in our committee from different parts of the city, and we come together and we practice democracy. We vote on who's going to have, who we're going to highlight in the city, and by having diverse perspective, we also have diverse award recipients. We're really excited this year for it.
I love that. So, question for both of you, and Brendan, I want you to answer first, and then Chris, come right in there. Okay. What are some of the characteristics that make a great volunteer or a professional who gives back to their community?
I mean, I believe there's so much, right? One of the things.
So name one.
One of the things I think that comes up is just giving of time.
Yeah.
I think we're all so busy and we're all caught up in the things that we're doing day to day, and finding that extra time to step out and to give of yourself to those who are in need, I think is one of the major things that we were looking for in that. And there's so many more, but time is precious for a lot of people. So if they're given extra of that, I mean, that is huge, and that shows just a sense of selflessness.
Doesn't it though? I mean, people are so busy 24/7, and these people that their applications are in front of this committee are people that have multiple demands upon their time in addition to what they choose to volunteer. Chris, what would you add to that about a character?
I would echo what Brendan says, and then also say that we wanted to highlight people who were taking people out of marginalization, looking for people and volunteering for people that aren't typically seen.
I love that. Yeah. So, Chris, and then Brendan, also, I want you to weigh in on this. Can you tell us about a couple of this year's winners without giving too much away? So, Chris, give us one, and then I'll have Brandon give us one.
I love how you said that. I want people to come, and I don't want to give too much away. But coming from the Army, my favorite award recipient this year personally was the Pierce County Medical Reserve Corps. That's comprised of a group of medical, kind of service members, as well as really just anybody in, who wants to contribute in case of an emergency right here in Pierce County, to get involved and to stand by. So we're looking forward to highlighting that group.
Oh, and how wonderful that this committee was astute enough to look at that group, because we can't say thank you enough to people who do that, and especially with the JBLM connection that we have in our community. So well done. What would you add to that?
I think one of the exciting pieces for me is, with my background being in youth development, is seeing young people honored. So we have two young people, Jacob Fuqua and Victoria Lee, who are being honored in the youth categories. And to read through their materials and to see what was submitted about them, it's like, wow, these young people are really out here serving their schools and their neighborhoods and their families. And it was just so inspiring to see young people leaning into being leaders at this point. So that I'm really excited to see them honored.
I love that. So we have a video that we are going to show here of last year's event. Chris, I want you to talk about what are some of the most difficult aspects of the planning of this event, and then Brandon will talk about what we can expect to see from this year.
Sure, yeah. I think just covering the basics sometimes is hard enough. Coordination of different areas, synchronization of different government agencies, but also I think the most difficult aspect is, going the extra mile and making sure that every portion of our diverse community is heard, whether that, people that look different than us, talk different than us, and making sure that everyone feels noticed and heard at these City of Tacoma events.
I love that. As I clink my coffee up against the beautiful glass here. Oh, and there's our city council member, Ryan Mello. And you've said it so well, because it does take a lot of planning. This is 365. It's not just, you know, a timeline of 90 days. So Brendan, speaking of this year, what can we expect to see?
Well, we spent some time on a full day, well, half day retreat going through what this event will look like. And I'm excited to see the entertainment. You know, we have some really cool entertainment lined up, just thanks to Chris and a lot of the work that he's put into that. So expect some jazz, some things going on there. And if it happens, I'm hoping that it does. We were talking about, it'd be great to get like a favorite song from each person who's being honored, to kind of have that that jazz group kind of play a portion of that song throughout the event to honor. So I'm really excited just about the music, but more importantly, just community coming together. I think that's the biggest piece. Community coming together. Yeah. So each year, I think this event builds on each. So I'm looking forward to seeing that.
All right. So, well said. So I want to get some logistics here in this last 2 minutes. Mr. Chris, I want to find out from you, and our viewers want to know where it is, when it is, and is there a cost?
Sure. Well, you know, you can attend if
Thank
you'd like, as well as everyone at CityLine, right? Can attend as well. And you know, we're looking. It's at the Star Center in Tacoma.
Oh, I love that center.
It's great. 5 p.m. and it's not. That's happening on the 14th, Friday the 14th, and doors open at 5 p.m. A ceremony starts at 6 p.m. There's no cost. Please come. If you're seeing this or if you hear about it, invite a friend.
There we go.
We are excited.
You know, bring office mates, bring everybody, because this is a chance for you to step inside of those people and what they do. And I know it's so inspiring. I love this event. So I need an hour to get through all the information that I want about this.
Yeah.
We've been showing the website here underneath both of your beautiful faces, so we know if people want to find out about volunteering, being on the committee, the website is the best place, and we want to save time in these last 30 seconds for thank yous. Who do we need to thank?
Oh, there are so many people that make these kind of things happen. So we don't want to miss anybody. We just like to say, many hands make light work. And without all the hands that have come together to make this happen, we wouldn't be where we are. But we are so excited about this, and so grateful for everybody just leaning in to make sure this happens.
I am grateful for the two of you taking time for being here today, and for the people that you represent that we couldn't get on the couch.
Yes.
Thank you so much for all that you do.
You.
And I want you back as soon as possible, okay?
Thanks, Amanda.
All right. We're going to play a little bit of musical chairs, and when we come back, we will have to come a little theater in the house. You don't want to miss that. We'll be right back.